Hi, I'm Rob from HopZine. Thanks for joining me for another video beer review. This time we've got a bottle of beer from Dogfish Head in Milton, Delaware. It's a bottle of their 75 Minute IPA. Supposedly a blend of their 90 minute and 60 minute IPA with added maple syrup. Big thanks to my buddy Stuart over at the Ginger Ale Trail for bringing me this back from his recent holiday to the East Coast. I was thinking when I saw this, and I've seen reviews and stuff, thinking, oh, is this a new beer or what? I think I had it years ago on draft at North Bar in Leeds. So back then it was called Johnny Cask. But I don't know if it's the same beer. But I was a bit intrigued to try this. So I'm not going to pour loads of it because I want to share this with my friend Gav up at his shop. So I'm going to have that much, pop the cap back on, reseal it, and I'm going to share it with somebody who'll be definitely interested, likes his old school American beer. So beer in the glass, absolutely, it's quite an effervescent, pin bright copper coloured beer. A slight off wet head, so let's give it a swirl and sniff, check out the aroma. Okay. First thing that struck me was kind of British IPA, and it was hops like First Gold and Challenger and things like that. Yeah, maybe it's got a honey note. I won't go as far as maple syrup, but then it's got quite an earthy edge to it. But then lots of pine, kind of resinous pine and brown sugar. It's kind of like toasted, more amber malts, things like that. Yeah, it's quite woody in that sense. Give me this blind, I'd have been British IPA. I'm not really getting much with the maple. The hops have become quite jammy, very resinous. Peculiar one. Unexpected. Let's dive in. Thanks, Stuart. Cheers. Okay, that's very pleasant. Once again, it's kind of where everything's white shield without the tang. Getting that kind of plum jam and kind of bitter marmalade. It's been padded out with probably, it's a very respectable ABV, and also probably not the freshest bottle, maybe 3 months old or something now. I'm not to say I'm getting much in the way of maple syrup. I'm getting a sweet, sugary note, but for me it's more brown sugar than maple syrup. Maybe the maple syrup they use is much better than any that I've ever tried, which I think is true. But yeah, it's perfectly nice. Quite clean for what it is. Potentially quite a sweet IPA. It's not excessively sweet or cloying. Yeah, those kind of amber malts and kind of aged. It's like a dried out grapefruit in that sense. It's not zesty and vital and fresh. I mean, it's kind of hot bite. Not very little bitterness. Obviously, that's been lowered by the maple syrup. I mean, I think it's a combination of a couple of things. I think probably not the freshest beer ever, and that maple syrup just making it a bit more. Because I'm not getting that black tea note. It's not oxidising or anything. So I'm getting kind of those sweeter malts and the maple syrup, which just make it a bit more sweet. In a lot of ways, it's kind of like a small barley wine. But without any kind of tang of kind of bitter hops. But I mean, yeah, it's probably, I've had good examples of 60 minute and 90 minute, especially in my memories. But I've had it relatively fresh. And I think those beers better stood on their own. I mean, nowadays, I mean, having IPA, which is kind of this age, it's quite hard to kind of really fully kind of like judge it in that sense and say if it is good. I mean, it's very pleasant. I'm not sure what I mean exactly. You know what I mean? I don't know what it's meant to be because IPA these days doesn't taste like this. It's perfectly fine, but it's kind of lost its place in the world. I say buy this bottle. Maybe fresh, it's a whole different ballgame. My memory of Johnny Cask was a really kind of like resinous, spiky, kind of like aggressive, kind of like resinous bite. And this is soft, a bit like that, but very pleasant. So, thanks Stuart for giving me the opportunity to try this. And it is a Dogfish Head 75-minute IPA. Interesting stuff. I'm Rob from HopZine. See you next time. Cheers.